Hello and welcome back to the Zone Focus channel. My name is Chris. Thank you again for stopping by. Good to see you. Today, I'm going to be telling you guys about what happened the second time I took the Intrepid 4x5 out to make some photographs. I did it this time by myself, and I got the chance to see if I really learned something after making my first attempt at shooting 4x5, which you can see up here at this video, part 1. So, I took the 4x5 out around my local area to make some images that were close to me. I didn't want to go too far. One thing about the 4x5, the Intrepid 4x5, is that this thing is extremely light. So this is lighter than my RZ. Yeah, it's lighter than all of the medium format cameras that I have. It's just wood and metal bits. But because it's so light, it's very easy to travel with. So I put it in my bag and I took it down the road. There's a scene that I wanted to shoot. So over here, let me see if I can show you guys.
Over there is a graveyard.
I think here in Japan, they incinerate bodies after you pass away. I don't think they bury like the body, but they bury the ashes. And so they have these kind of like obelisk that they put in the place with the ashes inside of the relatives that might have passed away. The funny thing, or the odd thing to me, is that these are usually on the sides of mountains. They're never really on flat ground anywhere. I don't really know why they put them on the sides of like hills and mountains like this, but I don't know, that's very interesting to me. So I decided I'm gonna use one of my photographs on this. When I got there, I actually framed the image up originally. There's a rice field kind of in the lower part of the frame, and a street, and then the mountain with the graveyard on the side of it. My original framing was a little flat, so it was just kind of like step layers, but everything was flat. All of the lines just kind of were horizontal across the frame. Didn't really like that too much. So what I ended up doing was slightly turning the camera and introducing a stream that was running right next to where I was making the photo, and I put that in the bottom of the frame. And what it did, what my intention was behind it was making a leading line that kind of led you into the frame. I still had the rice field on the left, and then you can still see the street and also the graves up on the left side of the frame. But as I turned the camera, I could also see kind of the end of the mountain, and you kind of get this falling line from the end of the mountain. And then on the right side of the frame, there were a couple of power lines that I tried to use to take up some space in that right side of the frame. So here's the image that I made right here. So as you can see in the image, I tried to use the pieces like how I just told you guys. One thing is that the amount of detail that you get in 4x5 frames is really crazy. One thing I wish I would have done was use a little front tilt on the lens. So just tilting the lens slightly forward, and I think I could have got more of the heel in focus and also maybe some more of the foreground at the same time. With that being said, the frame is still sharp. It's still, you can still zoom into it, and there's a lot of detail there. I'm still getting used to the movements. I don't know too much about it yet, but I have an idea that would have helped out. So that was the first image. The second image that I made was of a bus stop. Cool thing about this bus stop is that it kind of just sits in the middle of nowhere, and it's surrounded by mountains and trees and rice fields, and it just looks really nice. So I ended up framing this image with kind of the lines of the parking lot in the bottom of the frame. And then, of course, the focal point or the subject of the photograph was the actual sitting area of the bus stop. I put that right in the middle of the frame, and then there's a car to the left of it just to kind of add a little bit to it. The cool thing about it was, and I'm kind of mad I didn't get that in the photograph, was that there were a couple of skateboarders behind the bus stop skating. My shutter speed was too slow to actually be able to capture those guys as they were skating. So, you know, that sucks. But it is what it is. Of course, the mountains were in the background, and that kind of made up the frame. This frame was a little more easy to composed because I had an idea of what I wanted it to look like already. So this is the image that I made right here. So as you can see, this is just a straightforward image of the bus stop. Now I do want to show you this image as well, so check this one out. Now the second image is actually with the I made with the Contax T2 and some Lomo 800. I really do like the colors of the image, so I wish I would have had 4x5, like some color film to shoot, because I think the colors really made this image. And the black and white, I don't think it did it justice for what it looked like on that day. In the future, I plan on buying some color film while I still have this camera on loan, and using some color film with 4x5. In my opinion, I think 4x5 really shines, large format in general, shines when you shoot color film. You do get a lot of detail out of black and white, but I think the way color film renders on large format is really nice. That could just be because I've never shot it and I'm just talking out my ass because I saw some pictures on the internet. But hey, you know, if you have experience shooting large format color film, let me know if you feel what I'm saying, if there's any truth in what I'm saying down in the comments below. So if you have any tips for shooting 4x5, let me know, because I'm new to this and I'm still getting used to it, and it's fun to use, and I do want to make some more photos. I'll be making some more videos, but the best way to see those videos is subscribing to the channel and ring the notification bell. So when I release those videos, you'll be the first ones to see it. Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you like the video. Go to my Instagram page and follow the Instagram page. All of the links for all of my website, Instagram are all down in the description below. Make sure you go check those out. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. Stays on focus. I'll holler at you later.